Hi, welcome to part 4 of Self-Defense for Women. This will be in the home. A few things are scarier than watching somebody break into your apartment. It happened to my grandmother on the 6th floor from her fire escape. That fire escape served no purpose whatsoever other than to get out of the building in case of a fire. But a guy did get in, and she was a tough old Irish broad. She beat him and chased him down the street until he got arrested. It could have been easily prevented by putting some bars in front of the window. Human beings are pretty big. We don't need very many bars. I also heartily recommend getting a dog. Uh, Hopefully something that's not too yappy. But dogs have the good sense to know when a house is making settling sounds versus sounds that are coming from somebody trying to break in. Big dogs are more intimidating, but of course they're a little more work. Now, one of the great things about a house is that it's completely full of weapons. Even my small apartment here is full of weapons. I have a variety of hammers. I have a what do you call it there? This is not a typical hammer for building a house or something. This is for um, smaller tasks. But you hit somebody in the head with a hammer, they're going down. Even if they can't feel it, they're going down. And I have this kind of handy little hammer here that fits in a purse. And this is a cool weapon. This is cool, this period, because it's got a screwdriver into the handle, and that also is a little weapon that you can jab into somebody's eye or something. Now this type of hammer only weighs probably about 12 ounces, and so if you're gonna hit somebody in the head with it, give it a good sharp blow. Um, Another hammer that's I have on hand that's not standard, very small, but it's got a really good, strong tip and claws. Again, this is for use in the head or the face, or if somebody's coming through a window. They're concentrating on a couple of things. One of the things they're concentrating on is getting through without getting cut and holding on to the window so they don't fall backwards. This is the time to attack. Rush the person. Hit him in the head with a hammer or with anything else you happen to have in the house. A boom box, a lamp, an urn, I hate to say it if you have one, telephone receiver, smash on his fingers, kick him in the face, whatever. People in windows look scary, but they're very vulnerable to attack. And if someone is getting through your door, for instance, with an axe or a hatchet or something like that, stand on the side of the door. And it's very handy to have a larger weapon such as this, or an axe, or a hatchet. And when their hand becomes visible, chop it off or stab it. This will drive them off immediately. Also, there are chemical weapons in the household, such as oven cleaner. If someone's hand is, if you're attacking somebody in the window, even just getting oven cleaner on naked skin burns like hell, and will drive that person to find some water as quickly as possible, which will help you get away. You have pots and pans. It's almost endless the number of weapons that are inside a house. Um, oh, I think you can trust a baseball bat. People are very afraid of getting hit by baseball bats, and so this is one of those times when you can use it like a guide. Um, it's pretty much you're gonna give somebody a major concussion if you strike them in the head. But and you know, for people who have soft hearts and don't like to cause major injuries, I was going to say injuries that result in incapacity for long periods of time. You can strike on either clavicle, it's little shoulder bones here that connect the upper arm to the shoulder. If you hit these with a baseball bat, the break is extremely painful and disabling. So much so that the person doesn't even want to use the other arm. The other arm is being used to support the broken arm. And you can use it to break, to slam into the knee. I forgot to talk about the knee. The knee is a very important target. Guys will protect their balls, but they don't think about protecting their knees. The knee is a flex joint. It moves in one direction, rather up and down. It has some ligaments and tendons holding it on the sides, so that lateral movement is reduced, but the knee is almost intolerant of lateral or sideways movement. And so it's a good idea to practice with a friend to be able to spot what leg is bearing the weight at any particular moment. Once you do get good at that, there's a very sneaky trick I learned from karate. You stand sideways to your opponent and you cross your left foot over your right foot. And then your right foot comes up and you use the sole of your foot to smash as hard as you can right into the side of the knee, of the weight-bearing knee. That will break the knee. And even if it doesn't break it, it's going to sprain it, and that person is never going to run again. And everybody has pretty much the same sensitive parts to the body. The eyes and the ears and nose and mouth, the throat, the joints. The ovaries are more protected in women than testicles are in men, but they're still very sensitive to pain and shock. Even Mike Tyson has sensitive parts of his body that will disable him if you hit him in the right spot. And even a 10-year-old can do this if the 10-year-old is given training. A blind person can do it if a blind person is given martial arts training. So don't panic just because somebody's big. Somebody who's big gives you more target. I know it's easy for me to say don't panic. That's where all this meditation comes in. Meditation is your friend. And so I hope these tips are helpful. If you wish to contact me, you can email me at hammermill59@yahoo.com, and I almost always respond to my mail. Thank you.